Hey, 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 Janelle. Blessings. Much love. Larry. Good to see you, brother Larry. Blessings to you, my brother. Mark. Blessings, my brother. Good to see everybody tonight. Awesome, man. I missed you guys. Yep. How's everybody doing? Let's see here. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you. Ready to hunt. I hear you. Mr. Carson, good to see you, sir. Blessings. Good to see everyone. Heading to work on, oh man, night shift. I used to like night work. I just didn't like switching back, getting readjusted. uh, wow, yeah. I don't know. I like switching up too. I mean, always something different. I like doing different things, different days. Rough day, but getting over. I know, brother, man. I know you're going through it. At least you're coming around the mountain now. That's for sure. Mrs. Linda, good to see you. Blessings, much love. We got the crew in here tonight. The whole family's here. I figured I'd jump on for a little bit. We just actually, it's been dark for about an hour. We just finished putting everything away and servicing a little bit of equipment and just getting everything ready for the next day. Shannon, good to see you. Hi, stranger. I know. I know. Blessings to you. Thanks for dropping in. Yes, indeedy. That's awesome, guys. That's awesome, man. I love each and every one of you. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys stopped in for a minute. I know I've been missing in action. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I got everybody so far. Okay, okay. Awesome. You guys don't mind, hit that like, hit that thumbs up for me. I really appreciate it. We're so close to getting to 1,000, and I looked at it earlier. I've been sitting around for the last week or so thinking that I was like at 997, and I think I'm at like 957. I was way off. Oh well. I really, honestly, I don't. What do you call it? It's not really that important to me, other than I wanted to start the what do you call it? The merchandise store, and I can't do it. I don't think until I get monetized. More like up to your neck in action. Yeah, yeah. You got that right, Mark. That place is there's a lot going on there. Let me tell you, and you don't know how grateful and thankful, grateful, and just relieved that I had that I got the tools that I have to keep myself protected. But at the same time, I'm very aware that I've got to stay focused because at any moment it can change. But I've been going in with a positive mindset like I always do, and I try not to think about or even try to see anything that's like, going south or that could be bad around the corner. I keep the light lifted, I guess you could say. I keep the white light surrounding me, and so far so good. Knock on wood. RG sends his best driving home from work. Thank you. Tell Mr. RG I said thank you. Much love to him and blessings to him. I know he's up to his elbows in work as well. I want a coffee cup. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's what Jen said. You're going to get me a sweatshirt and a coffee cup. That's okay. Yes, dear. Dang it, I get excited to get in the chat. Forget the like button. Oh, you're good. You're fine. I can't believe that I actually remembered to say something. You guys know me. I was number one for a change. RG wants a ball cap. Oh, he will definitely get one. Jen and I were talking. We were thinking about like getting everyone something, like something of your choosing, and just getting it, for being a part of the channel, I guess you'd say, and a T-shirt, and just to like show a little thank you, nothing. It ain't nothing to it. It's just I like to do those kind of things. That's right, Miss Carson. She is. That's right. She's my hero. Miss Linda, my hero. Everybody, Miss Carson, all of you. I seen which is really odd. Lately, I haven't been getting many notifications. I guess because I've been so absent but I got like a ton of notifications earlier, like all within 5 minutes. And I seen this one going live and that one going live. And I said, you know what? And I talked to somebody last night and they said, yeah, it's been about 8 to 10 days or so forth that you haven't been live. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So I said, you know what? Tonight I'm going live. I miss everybody. And you guys bring me back to earth, per se. You bring me back, and then I start floating with love. I just love it. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you guys came on. I really appreciate it. You guys are everything to me. So, I'll tell you a quick story real quick. I just finished cooking supper, pork pot stickers over brown rice. Oh, man. That sounds amazing. Pork's one of my favorites. And rice as well. I love, like, what is it called? Dirty rice? Man, I love it. So, we've been splitting wood, as you guys know, and text messages were messed up too. There was a CME yesterday that probably affected community. It did, and there's some other things going on, but I won't discuss it on here. But what was I going to say? Oh, I'm coming for dinner. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Shannon. So we picked this little spot on the property to do firewood this year. And I never thought about it, never gave it a thought. And in reality, in my mind, in my eyes, it shouldn't have been no problem. But today we got a visit from the county, and the county shut us down from splitting wood. I have to go get a permit to split wood in a designated area that I've picked on the property because it's too close to a living dwelling. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't break laws and I don't try to do anything shady. I'm gonna get the permit 100%. But I think Maryland's fell and bumped their head. I mean, it's getting crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, and you're only talking about like I don't know, $20, $30 permit, but it's like a tax ID. But they made us pull the signs up, shut everything down we were doing today. They even told me that I had 72 hours to clean all the wood up, or I was going to be fined after 72 hours. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So I'm going to go up tomorrow morning, and I know a couple people up there, and I'm gonna present some pictures because the property that I'm talking about is commercial to begin with. You can do whatever you want on it. But what the problem is, it boils down to that if anything that is being sold, if I sell something to somebody, or even if I sell it for, say, a penny, it has to be sold under a tax ID permit. And I didn't know that. I had no idea. I thought that LLC, which we all have some shape or form of business license for different things, covered it all. I had no idea. But I didn't let it get the best of me, and I smiled and I shook their hands and I invited them in for something to drink, or go get them some cold water, and I made them feel better than I was feeling. But I didn't fall for any tricks. I just took all the information that they were telling me, which I knew a lot of it wasn't true. Not saying that they were lying, but I don't think that they're fully up to par on what the county codes are for farmland. We had an inspector at City who pulled a thing like that. He wanted to be the woodcutter seller. He got fired. Wow. Well, apparently, this person was just put into this position, and she came off a little strong at first. I think she was expecting me to be aggressive or be mean, or run her off the farm, whatever. And of course, I'm not like that. And she saw me with tattoos, and she seen me all scruffy with a beard, and I'm dirty, sweating, and I wasn't exactly in the conversating mood. I was just hot. It was like 76 degrees today. But I still didn't. I don't disrespect. I don't do any of that. I don't care if I'm 1,000% wrong. I would not disrespect anybody trying to do their job. And once she saw that, all in about 20 seconds of conversation, she calmed right down and started growl, Billy growl. Well, she calmed down, and she had an assistant with her, or somebody. I think she said she was training them. And he looked at me and rolled his eyes like, I can't believe she's doing this to you, kind of thing. And I was like, wow, sounds just like a H. Yes, yep. And my dad was there, and my dad stood straight up and come right over there when he heard that she was with code enforcement. And I mean, you talk about have to calm somebody down. I had to calm him down. Like, when you start talking about you're doing wrong, doing that, you know, there's a lot, and I'm not bragging, I'm not saying anything. I'm just giving you a general idea of what that man does in the county, whatever. There's a lot generated just through him. And when he started hearing that, he looked like Yosemite Sam. He was coming off the ground. I mean, he was barking. And I said, Dad, with all due respect, please let me handle this. And finally he said, okay, Billy, but I'm not going to stand for it. he was on fire. Did she call it a code violation? She, yeah, actually she did. She said we weren't in code. We were selling we were selling material without a tax ID. And I caught that right away. And granted, now she didn't know me from Adam. She just thought that I was some dirt farmer, some raggedy looking kid that he was that I was just doing a duty, I guess, for my dad. I don't know. But she had no clue of what side that I understood or what I knew about the codes and the county laws. And so I just let her talk. And as she's talking, I had already hit record on my phone. And I've got her recorded all the way through. She doesn't know that, but I've got it in case I have to get a lawyer or something like that over $30. I'm going to get the permit, but there's things that I have to address with them that they're not right about. Asked to talk to head of code stipulations for the county when you go there. Okay, I definitely will. Thank you for that. Billy, you should have just batted your eyelashes at her. Free pass. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, you're right. Well, I kept looking at Pop and I said, I was holding my breath. I was praying that Dad just didn't go completely off the deep end. And I looked at him, and me and Dad, we have a connection to where I can look at him or he can look at me and I know exactly what he's thinking about or what he wants me to do next. And when I looked over at him, he looked like a bomb getting ready to explode and wipe out Chestertown. That's how mad he looked. And I said, "Oh no, I got to get a hold of my dad. He's getting ready to go off the deep end because he gets to that point, and we'll have to get a team of lawyers and we'll have to go against the whole county. He doesn't care." Blue Line, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Blessings. Number 6, super click party on that. Maryland Squatch Watchers. Thank you, thank you. Blue liners for the blue light. There you go. That's right. Hey, Sharon, good to see you. Blessings to you. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, it was, so, I mean, and granted, yeah, it was at the end of the day, and, but I probably shouldn't say it on here, but we moved to another location and kept going until dark. But we weren't selling anything. We were just finishing up the product. So play the recording for her. But yeah, I told Dad, I said, anything that she disputes, I can play it back. And I'm not on there going, well, nope, I don't believe that. That's not, no, I let her talk. I let her say everything she thought was right. And don't get me wrong, about 80% of what she was telling me was right. But the things that she was telling me that were wrong, they were big issues. Like for instance, when you put a sign up, you're supposed to pull a permit in this county. And I did dispute that while I was recording. And I said to her, I said, so you're telling me that when the sheriff's department and the fire department, when election time comes around and they knock on my door and they want to park a pickup truck in my field with a sign on the back, they're supposed to have a permit or I'm supposed to have a permit? Well, sir, I don't know about that. I said, oh, but you know about the sign I have out here now. And she didn't say anything. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. And I wasn't throwing the sheriff's department or the fire department under the bus. I was just trying to compare notes, basically. But other than that, it's been pretty good here in Mayberry. Wood chucking wood. I think that's how you say it. Woodchuckers chucking wood. Oh man. I learned a long time ago, there's nothing to be upset over. It's just you need to figure out, well, that's the other thing. I kind of felt like in the beginning, like they were almost saying like I didn't do my homework before. But I enjoy it. I've done it my whole life, with Dad. I was 7, 8 years old, stacking wood so I could ride my dirt bike and stuff like that. And, I kind of felt like they were saying that I didn't do my research before I started. And I told her, I said, this has been going on for over 27, 28 years. We've never had anybody tell us that we've had to do this, and of course I didn't get any response from that either, but I'm listening on my TV, but in and out of chat on my phone. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. All good. No worries. But yeah, times are changing, more people are moving in and, more farmers are selling their land. They're building more houses. It's just the codes and the laws or the county regulations, they're going to change. I understand that. But Brandon was out last night at 8:30 playing with his McCullough. Wow. I think we have one or two left. My dad had one that he bought from Sears back in the early 80s, and it was a behemoth. It was a big saw. I mean, that thing was ginormous. I think it had like a 36-inch bar. Just a monster. I don't even think they make them like that anymore. My world, good to see you. Blessings. Thanks for dropping in. That 27 or 28 years is probably longer than the code girl. Yep. You nailed that right on the head, Miss Linda. Yep. Yep. That's what Dad said. Oh, she's just filling a spot. She probably got moved into a hot seat that somebody else, just. I said, well, honestly, Dad, I've never met the code enforcer before. I've never had any. He said, me either. I knew who he was, but he never come out. So, everybody knows everybody. There's Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Miss you too. I've missed you guys. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, we actually had a warm day today, and it was actually nice. I mean, this morning we woke up, it was like 46, and it looked like it was about to rain, and then it cleared up and just got nice and warm. It's just a beautiful day. And then now tonight it's like 55, 60, I think. It's got to be close to 60 because, I mean, I'm out here in a t-shirt, and I get cold really quick. Yeah. She's catching up to everybody. Yeah. When does your Janelle? When does your season come in officially? Tomorrow or Saturday? Saturday. Okay. Yeah. I think it's always been a tradition here. I think it's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So ours is right around the corner. Amen, Mr. Carson. Amen. But yeah, I've got, well, I'm thinking about it. I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have around 6 more videos that I'm going to be putting up. Oh, no, Mrs. Linda. We go to mid-December. We have 2 weeks, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, of regular traditional, and then it goes out a week, and then it comes back in for black powder season, and then it goes out a week, and then we get an extended black powder. But in between the weeks that there is no season, bow season comes back in. So you can pretty much from this point from September all the way to February, I think 15th or 16th, you can at least bow hunt. And I think squirrel season even stays in now until February 31st, but I never really got into that too much. I tried it, didn't like it. I don't do any of it anymore, and I like watching them. I I got another video of the same spot where I had the buck walk up to me. The very next evening, I went right back up there, and I got 2 bucks fighting, locking horns fighting, and chasing a doe up and down the hill. And it went on for about 8 minutes. It was amazing. And I get more enjoyment out of that. So it's February 28th. My apologies. I'm not ready for that. I want to keep her mouth. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Mr. RG, good to see you. Billy, you don't have permit for this podcast. Hey, don't say that too loud because that might be true. They'll find something else. Just ask Dad. uh, what are they doing? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I got like 6 more videos. I'm gonna put another one up tonight. Like I said, I'm just getting to the house, and I figured before I unwound, and I got some grub. I did eat, but I figured before I settle down for the night, I'd get on and do a live. I wanted to see everybody, and I'm gonna get a video up. Just a heads up. Samurai Seekers. That's right. That's right. Does Haley know that? I try to remind her. Too much. She tells me all the time, "Oh, Dad." I always tell her, "No boys, no boys, no boys." Video 3 was awesome. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's so much. It's so much that's. Well, take for instance. I said I wasn't going to talk a whole lot on it, but like the first day I went in, the first visit there, um, I noticed everything hanging back, and what I mean by everything, literally, beings, spirits, everything, and I had already like videoed 3 videos. I already like done 3 videos, and on my 3rd video, I was on my way out, and let's just say it was nothing like going in, coming out. Coming out, it was like everybody stepped out and introduced themselves, kind of thing. Nothing. I was aware of a couple things that drew my attention, but for the most part, it was almost like they were evaluating me, which I knew they were. Or they already, which we know, they already know everything about me, but I think they were just testing how close they could come in or how much they could throw at me. So, you know, the moment I noticed it, I jumped right in all over again. And I'm the type that doesn't stop. Once I start a protection prayer, I heck, I might do it 30 times while I'm there. And you might hear me pray out loud. You might hear me mumbling. I'm constantly keeping myself protected. And I know that doesn't always, fully keep things in a wrap, but I keep things flowing around me. I tell her that too, therefore. Pleasant dreams, sleep well. John, good night, then have a great day tomorrow. Love you, I'll be back next time he goes live. I'll be able to stay a little bit longer. Yeah, 3:30 comes early for her. I don't know. We get up. Everybody gets up together. Haley gets up about 5:15, something like that. But Jen and I, we're up every morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock. If we're quarter to 4 o'clock, something's wrong. We're running late. But Jen likes to get up there, get the bus where she likes it. If it's cold, get it, at least a half hour of run time to get it where it's warm. or cool, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so I'll get another video up tonight. Like I said, I got like I don't think I'm gonna do parts this time. I think I'm just gonna start putting them out. Um, yeah. I was given an opportunity. Well, I was asked would I be interested in camping up there, and I said very quickly, and I didn't even realize I said it that quick until after it rolled off the tip of my tongue. But I said no, and I think I'm going to stick to that. The juveniles here just heard this time frame. You may get 2 hairy visitors. Got you. Okay. I heard a giggle. That's wonderful. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, Mark. Like I said, I think I either said it in video 3 or it's going to be on tonight's. But I had mentioned that I'm going to continue researching that place until, you know, I find out some more things. But I'm going to do it at arm's length. I'm not going to. There's a certain area on that place that I already know I'm not going. And it's kind of like for 2 reasons. One, it's not a comfortable place to even look at. And 2, I found out today that it's heavily populated with hunters. So I don't need to be back there during hunting season, during bow season, or, I just don't need that headache. And I don't want to mess anybody's hunt up either. One is black cone head and one is caramel colored orangutan face. Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. That's what I saw up at this place I'm talking about. I seen one caramel colored, but I was telling somebody last night that it had square eyes. It did not have oval openings or eye sockets, I guess you call it. They were square, like mechanical almost. But the head was human form. It wasn't coned, but it wasn't exactly round either. It was more, it didn't have a square, but it was more blocky. Really big. The head was like really wide. It almost didn't fit the body. And the body wasn't really big either, but it was tall. 7.5, 8 foot tall. One is black. Mark was wondering if there was an American Revolution battle in that area. Yes. So there's an area. Hold on. Sorry about the background noise. Alan Goodyear, good to see you. Blessings. There's a place over here called I think it's called Bloody Mountain, but it's not a mountain. It's like a big knoll. It's a huge hillside. It goes straight up. It used to be a house up on the hill. And let me get this right. A battle broke out between I believe it was some Spanish soldiers and Indians. And they said it was one of the, if not the bloodiest battle in Maryland. But I think there was one other that was in St. Mary's County, Maryland, down by Bow. That was the largest, bloodiest battle. But this one was bad. They actually celebrate, and I don't understand it, but they do the reenactment of the Boston Tea Party in Chestertown every year, and they also visit that site. And I've never done it. I'm not interested in doing it. But yeah, and let me get back to it. That's about 10 miles from where to this new private land from where that took place. Yeah, Mr. Carson, it had square eye sockets, like almost like garage door type. And the reason why I know that to be facts is because how I noticed this being was two reasons. It was tall and slender with a huge block head, and I kept watching the left eye facing it eye to eye. I kept watching the left eye moving, opening and closing so fast that if you blink or attempted to turn your head, you would miss it. I mean, it was boom, boom. And then the right eye only blinked one time out of like a half a dozen of the left eye blinking. That's how I saw that being with my eyes and not the camera. We have seen the remnants out by your. Yes, yes. And uh, I've heard stories about Union Confederate and Union soldiers landing on the Chester River bank on it's a road called Morgneck Road, and I believe that's Kent County side. It's not Queen Anne side, so it's the next county over. And they said a lot of horrible things took place. And see, after that, way after that, the wooden boats, cargo boats, used to come up in the Chester River bringing tomatoes. They had Campbell's soup over 100, I think 120, maybe 130 years ago when they first went into business. All their tomatoes and vegetables used to be shipped up the Chester River and dropped off where another small battle took place. And it was over trading in goods, from what I'm hearing from older people. And what I mean is, I knew a guy that just passed 3-4 years ago that was 96, 97 years old. And he knew a lot of history about this area. And he had family that, through generations was a part of some of it. The soldiers that I saw had a black uniform, more like cavalry. Yes, the fella that I saw, the first spirit that I saw, he had a gray uniform on, but he had something on his head, which was obviously either a hat, or maybe he had something holstered on his shoulder, and I saw it coming up behind his head. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, but I could see the buttons on his uniform. Linda, yes, have seen them there also. Mark, they have been kings, poet. Yes. Yes, Miss Linda, yes. Uh, I can't count how many times we saw a crown on male spirits' heads up there. I mean, numerous times. My place, too. Even fairies and a girl that looked like Cinderella. Yep. Yep. Remember Miss Piggy? She was in the creek. She was in the river, standing on a log, or she was cloaked into the log. I can't remember. And now see, to give you guys an idea, some of you already know, but in a scripture held by the king, yes. The new private property is not, it's maybe, if you cross the river right down at the end of the point there where I always stand at the private property, and you look across the river I'd say about 1/8 of a mile is that public land that we're talking about, where we've seen all the Indians and the soldiers, and where we helped that little girl. And, well, that land is right up that hill. I mean, it's not far. And that's another reason why I won't go all the way to the back corner of the property. It's just, when I look back there, I don't want to go back there. So I know I won't be visiting in that area. Thankfully, I haven't seen any crowns for a while. RG loves the pig with the pearl non-flower hat sitting on the log. Yes. Yep, that's the one. Yep. Yep. When I go in there, it's like it's instant. It's I know I've got eyeballs everywhere I look. it's it's something else. And this private land's like turned into the same thing, but don't get me wrong, there's a mixed bag there. I know it, but so far everything's been, pretty much even keel. I mean, yeah, I know that they're standing in the background and yeah. But I haven't that new place. Yeah, it is. And it just it made me instantly think about the public land, like it's so close. Love cousin Pearl and Jethro. Yeah. Yep. I can remember running home, couldn't wait to watch. Yep. But yeah, it's now there's a piece of property that it butts up to that's about at roughly 1,200 acres. And I met the guy that owns that property. And I got talking to him a little bit. And I said, hey, I'd like to come over and shoot some videos if you wouldn't mind. I don't know if you got a lot of hunters in there. I don't know. I don't know, Janelle. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Ellie Mae was all right, too. Yeah. Was my twin brother's favorite. Wow. Yeah, so I was talking to that farmer, and when I said something, I said I'd like the video, and he said, "Well, what do you video, by the way? I'm just curious, and if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. I understand." I mean, he was really laid back farmer. I said, "Oh no, I don't have a problem telling you." I said, "I videoed the animals. I said I videoed the deer, the birds, and I'm being honest, is 100% honest with him. I said I love videoing hawks, eagles, and owls. I said, but why I'm here is I like videoing the cryptid. What you might know as cryptids." And he said, my hand, he said, "You mean Bigfoot?" And I said, "Oh, you talked to the landowner." And he goes, "No, I haven't talked to her." He said, "You said cryptid, so I thought you were talking about Bigfoot." I said, "So you're aware of it?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah." So I don't, and then we got talking about the hunters because he does have like, I think to be exact, four guys bow hunting. And he said, "I don't mind you coming over and videoing." He said, "But just out of respect of the hunters, if you see their trucks parked on the corner of a field edge, or if you think that somebody's hunting a stand, just try to stay out of that area." I said, "Got it. Guaranteed. I will not disrupt any hunts." So I've got that place to check out next. But it's on the other side. It's even further away from the river. Max Bear Jr. is still alive. Yeah, I have to check that out. That's a good question because, you know, growing up watching and, yeah, I always sit and think about Andy Griffin and all them guys. I used to love watching all that. Yep. But yeah, so we definitely got some more land to check out. Now that 1,300 acres, that'll probably take me all winter to go through the whole place, really good. And then, I was talking to another guy that knows the farmer today. We went in town to get a couple chains, and I was telling the guy, I said, "Oh, you're right up by such and such." And he said, "Yeah, I'm right." I'm the next driveway down. I said, oh, okay. And this guy's pretty good. You can talk to him and, he doesn't get all creeped out. So I asked him, I said, you ever hear anything or see anything funny up at either place, your place or his farm? He said, I've never seen anything, but I hear crazy noises at night. He said, I've heard howling, I've heard yelling and screaming. He said, but it's not any sounds that I'm familiar with. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, I'm not kidding you. And he told me a story about when he was a teenager. I think he said he was 14 or 15. And he said he was going into the woods to go deer hunting. And he walked in with his dad, and then they split off. And his dad went to one deer stand, and he went to another. And he said he was about 50 yards out from getting to his stand, and he heard a woman scream. He said it was so loud that it vibrated through his body. When he told me that, I said that wasn't no woman. And let me correct myself. I said that wasn't just any ordinary woman. That was definitely a female, but it wasn't a female all human. And no sooner I got that off the tip of my tongue, he said, he said, I 100% agree with you. So he knows, we can all do the prayer over you tonight. Okay. Gomer, Wally's filling state. Yes. Oh, man. Yeah. He was a trip. He'd get in that, he'd get talking. He'd get up beside him and put his chin up and start talking. I love that. Everyone here, please, let's pray over Mark at 7. Okay. Got it. Absolutely. Sorry, it was rough. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Amen. It can be concentrated by doing it together. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so I see some, oh, wow, they just turned around right in the middle. They almost got, sorry guys, I was watching this car. It just stopped and turned around right in the middle of traffic. Like people were putting their brakes on. And Linda, what we talked about is getting stronger. I've been told that I am very loud. Gonna get some help with it. Yeah. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah. Well, guys, I ain't gonna keep you on here much longer. I said expect a blessing. Gotcha. I ain't gonna keep you guys on here long. I'm gonna get in here and get myself broke down for the night and spend a few minutes with Jen before she goes night. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I love you guys, and blessings to each and every one of you. Stay safe. As my good brother and great friend, Mr. Carson, says, stay safe, stay protected. And I'll see you guys in the woods, or that's somebody else's saying, but I guess I can still say it. I'll see you in the woods in the next video. How about that? 7 o'clock, everyone, in 10 minutes is 10 minutes from now. Got it. Thank you, Mr. RG. Blessings, sir. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Rest easy. Sleep well. Love you guys. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, everyone. Good night.